So what happens when you don't want to make a sequel, but you still want to make money? You do a prequel to the most popular character that you own, which is where we have with Mufasa, the Lion King. Disney's back, baby. They said, hey, instead of going forward with our story that we left you off with, that was a remake, a live action, quote it. Let's quote the quotes since it's all animation. They ain't got no real lions out there talking. So when you don't have a sequel for that, you just make a backstory for the beloved character that you have. I liked it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I did like it. I found it fun here and there. Still not a big fan of musicals. This is a musical. There's a lot of musicaling with these lions, so I did have a hard time with that. But for the most part, I liked it. I liked the whole experience with it. It's not like a new original story type thing. Most of this plot is painted by numbers, and it does the thing that every prequel does that you think about. It does the whole how did they meet? Okay, now that they've met, how does everyone get their iconic thing about them that you love in that original film? The Rafiki, he has a stick. Well, let me show you a origin story for the stick. You know Pride Rock? Let's show you an origin story for Pride Rock. It's an origin story for everything to come in The Lion King. Mufasa, uh, Scar, or Taka, played by Kelvin Harris Jr. here. Who I like. I like Kelvin Harris Jr. And I liked his performance here as Scar or Taka, playing alongside Aaron Pierre's Mufasa. Kind of funny that they made the two nationalities with each other's accents switch roles, since Kelvin Harrison Jr. is an American playing a character with a British accent, and Eric Pierre, who is British, playing a character with an American accent. They did a pretty good job, all in all. Aaron Pierre does have weight to him that makes him feel like a king when he puts his voice behind Mufasa. I feel like this is a young Mufasa. I feel like this is a young Mu. I feel like this is young Money Mu out there on the plains of Africa, making his way into Kingdom Mitch. Calvin Harrison Jr. as Scar. I felt him as well. They do the trope that they do with all villains like this. You know, they were once just, loving, caring, nicer, and then something switches them from this loving, caring character to evil, vindictive, and a menacing character that you know to love them and hate them for now. In the original one, here it's because Mufasa just got motion and he don't. Really, that's really the reason why he became Scar and Mufasa became Mufasa. You know what I'm saying? He got that confidence to him. He got that swagger to him. He walks around with dialogue, connecting, emotional intelligence. And I guess I think for lions, he's a handsome. He's a handsome guy for lions. I'm not gonna lie, Taco or Scar, he was a little pasty in his skin and shit like that. He looked a little dehydrated, like he don't be putting lotion on, and he don't be talking like he got that motion either. So it just was a recipe for disaster. You know what I'm saying? Lame nigga disease was built into his genetics, and over the span of this movie, you see how that genetic makeup starts to guide him in his actions to how you see him in the Lion King when he becomes full on bitch ass nigga. Yeah, so that's why now you know why you don't have to even really see the movie. I do urge you to see it. It's a pretty good movie. It's pretty fun. Take some kids out there to see it. But if you said I don't want to watch the movie, that's just pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? Scar becomes Scar because he's a motionless, lame ass nigga. But the movie is a recount. It's a story. It's kind of like Lion King 2.5. Isn't Lion King 2.5 made in this exact same narrative way where someone is telling the story of the sequel to the original Lion King? I can't remember if they used that narrative device, but I think they do. So that's kind of what they do. Rafiki is retelling the story of Mufasa, the Simba's child, Kiara, played by the one and only new to the scene Blue Ivy Carter, the daughter of Beyonce. In other words, I'm pretty sure this is just a vehicle to get Blue Ivy, to, get something on her portfolio. So this way, when she go for more auditions and everything like that, she got something to show to people. Not just, who my mama is. That's not really a resume. She's in one of the probably the bigger movies of this year. She holds her own. She does something. She has something to put on there to give to him. Oh yeah, I voiced Kiera in Lion King. What? Yeah, I didn't have that many lines, but when I did have those lines, I was pretty good, and she was really good. I felt her emotion. Blue Ivy got some talent. Can't wait to see what she does next and further in her career, what type of drama she'll get into, or she may just become extremely just only voice acting. We'll have to see. She's only 12. She has a lot of time to really branch out and get better and develop her skills and her acting chops. Billy Eichner and Seth Rogen as Timon and Pumbaa. They're annoying, but I like them because they're just like breaking the fourth wall, being kind of just funny. They're not living in Africa as wild boars. They're like two people transplanted, like a VR headset transplanted in the middle of the Lion King. So they make a lot of references to what's happening out in the real world. So that's why I say it feels like they just got VR headsets controlling these two animals in a hyper realistic um, VR scenario. It breaks up the story that they're telling just to come to jokes, which understandable because this story that they're telling here is pretty, it can get pretty dark, you know what I'm saying? It can get pretty serious. And if you got kids, you got kids here, you want to make the kids laugh. And, a person's family getting killed. Sometimes it's comedy gold, but it's not here. It's not comedy gold here. It's pretty tragic and sad. So, you know what? Let's get Billy Eichner. Let's get Seth Rogen in here to tell some jokes. Family just died. Timon, Pumbaa, what you got for this one? I'm eating bugs, baby. Matt Mikkelsen's here as Kuros. He's the white lion. He's Scar. He's Scar, but he doesn't have hyenas. He just have lionesses. He's a more competent, more healthy, more bigger Scar. And at times you don't know it's Matt Mikkelsen. You probably think it's Antonio Banderas. I don't know why he sounds like Antonio Banderas. I didn't know Matt Mikkelsen sounded like. Maybe Matt Mikkelsen has always sounded like Antonio Banderas, but we just never really paid attention. It's uncanny how much they sounded like in this movie. The whole time I was like, "Yo, is that Antonio Banderas?" And I was like, "No, that's Matt Mikkelsen." I like his character. They give him a pretty cool number in this. Even though I don't like musicals, I gotta admit, I was nodding my head towards in his number. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember it, and I don't want to say it. It's like be gone, you're gone, 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 or something like that. It was very fun. Yeah, it did take a little bit of the menacing out of the situation because, like I said, family's about to get killed, and he's singing like this really upbeat tempo type song that's not menacing at all. It kind of feels like fun, which I guess in his point of view, he is having fun. He loves killing other lions. So in his point of view, he's having a ball, the time of his life. But I'm just saying, we kind of built a little bit of emotional stake and rapport with these characters. So it's a weird clashing of tones and emotions where it's like, hey, characters that we know and love are about to get killed, but evil characters that we're new to is also about to kill and have fun. So it kind of makes the feeling of the scene feel a little bit off. The CGI here is a good. I didn't see this in IMAX. Let me be clear. Maybe in IMAX. I'm turning fucking Australian. Maybe in IMAX, this movie will look a lot better and a lot more pretty, but it does look like it's had a little bit of a drop off between the last time they were here compared to now. It's a little bit more animated looking than last time. Last time, I will say, when you go and look at that Lion King movie, shit looks photorealistic. It looks realistic enough. Here, you can tell that they're CGI, computer generated character models. They just don't look as real as they did before. Their fur looks more video gamey. Maybe that was a more purposeful angle. Maybe they wanted to make this feel more cartoonish, but yet still get that realistic feel to it from last time. I don't know. Maybe it was a stylistic choice. Maybe it was an artistic choice. Maybe it's just because Barry Jenkins. Last time we was here was John Favreau, and he's good at these live actions. I mean, he did the Jungle Book. What I'm saying? He started off the MCU, so he's pretty much good with CGI and big budgets like this, and making them feel a lot more realistic. My only flaw with this movie is just that it is a prequel due to its prequelisms. It has a lot of callbacks and, oh, do you remember this? And, oh, you remember how he got this? Like that is pretty much the only problems that I say I have with this movie. I don't like a lot of the singing and a lot of the musical numbers here as well. Granted, I'm not a musical guy. I didn't like them still. I didn't. I was kind of just like, all right, let's just. I like it when these guys are just talking regularly, and they're just doing. And what I'm saying? It's just a regular drama. I don't really need the music here. All in all, I do like this movie. I had fun with it. I think it's a good time. I think it's a good time for families. I think if you're a fan of Lion King, 20 especially the 2019 one, I don't see you not liking this one. If I was to give this one a rating, I would give it a good 7.5 out of 10. Had a good time watching it. So yeah, if you got some time during this winter break, um, and you got a family, I mean, I wouldn't recommend you and the family go see Nosferatu. What I mean? So, Mufasa. Thank you guys for watching. If you disagree, subscribe because I say a lot of opinions here. So maybe we just didn't align in this particular situation. But next time we could. So that's why you gotta subscribe for that next time where we're twinning up. If you did like the review, 9 times out of 10, you're already subscribed. So go ahead and hit that like button, what I'm saying, for agreeing with me, saying, Kyle, oh my God, this is why I'm subscribed. Let the unsubscribed people know this is why you're subscribed. This is why I'm subscribed, guys. Just tell them that in the comments. This is why I'm subscribed, guys, because this guy, he has all the right opinions. And if you're new here, hey man, like and subscribe. I know you love it. You watched the entire video. You watched to this point. You might as well do it. You agree with me. You see how fly I am. You know what I mean? I got motion. I got Mufasa motion. I got that Mufasa. So go ahead and like and subscribe. But until next time, as always, good and bye.